Guys, able to take advantage of some opportunities today that they gave you. They had 4 errors, even a couple more mental mistakes that weren't necessarily errors. You guys seemed like you took advantage on all of those, basically. How do you continue to be opportunistic with a young team that may not be used to winning? It's something that you mentioned there.
Well, yeah, everything you talk about is theory, but now they're getting a taste of what this level is all about. And, we play a lot of first-time players and a lot of freshmen, and it's just they're starting to figure some things out. They're getting enough at bats, enough innings that they're starting to feel comfortable in their roles. We haven't been a very good defensive team the entire year, but when we are, when we don't make any errors, then we're usually in a good position during the game. So, last couple games against Santa Barbara, we've come out and we swung the bat better than we have all year. Airless ball in the last 2 games, and really good starting pitching on Friday. Allman gave up a couple in the first, couple in the second. Kind of the turning point was that he minimized in the second. He had bases loaded, nobody out, and he only gave up 2 runs. I think he gave up the 2 runs right away with bases loaded, and then he was able to settle down and put up some zeros, and just gave us an opportunity offensively to chip away and continue to swing the bat.
Yeah, what did you see from Allman in the first couple innings that's kind of switched, that he was able to settle down, and after they got the 4 runs, I think he retired 10 straight after that, something like 12 out of 13 with an infield single. Just really looked like he had better command after that.
Yeah, they were pretty aggressive early. Friday night they were very patient, not a lot of first pitch swings. Tonight they came out swinging, kind of hit his fastball, so we went 3rd inning on. We just started going off speed, change up sliders, and then picking our spots where we could throw the fastball.
And tonight you get, I believe it was 2 hits, 3 runs from John Schuknecht, including a home run. Also had a walk. Everything he hit seemed to be hard. How important is he in the middle of your lineup as a veteran guy to get him, consistently performing for you behind Barbier, who's been really good all season?
Yeah, it's been great. John had scuffled a little bit and made raise his hands, and it kind of did everything for him. And now he's not swinging and missing as much, and he's barreling up the ball, and he's a vital part of our offense because there are parts of our lineup that are kind of soft, and we need to be strong up front and right in the middle with Barbier and Schuknecht. Those 2 guys can really carry during the course of a game or on a weekend.
How rewarding is it to have a senior like him that, a little bit of contributions early and just never really lived up to maybe his expectations for himself, leading into this year, and to step up with losing a couple big guys from last season, to step into and fill that void for you?
It's been great. He and Barbier have taken upon the leadership, and they're not afraid to voice how the game should be played, how practice should be run, and the demeanor in the dugout and on the field. So it's been great. He's he's played for us for 4 years and been in 2 different regionals, and so he has that experience, and he can share that with our first year guys and all of our freshmen, and he helps set the tone of the culture of the program, what's expected and how to go about your business, and having him back contributing in a major way is just going to make us that much stronger.
And tell me about the Big West. Coming into the season, seemed like everyone had some question marks. You didn't know where your team might fall in there. But through the first 3 weekends, you guys are, near the top or, at the top of the standings here. After, a big series win against Fullerton and now a big series win against UC Santa Barbara, 2 of the teams are expected to be at the top. Where do you see your team kind of fitting in there, and how did this Big West is kind of shaping up with it seeming like almost every team is capable of winning a series every weekend?
Well, one, don't believe your press clippings, meaning, no matter how successful we are, just, learn from the previous game and get on to the next game, and don't disrespect the game or your opponents. And we can play as bad as anybody. Again, at times we're a very bad defensive team. As of late, we've been very good. we educate our new guys that no matter what happens, as soon as you start Big West play, the games are much more intense. They're usually much more low scoring, and the team that makes mistakes is usually the team that loses. Our schedule this year, to some point, is kind of top heavy with some of the heavy hitters. I mean, we opened up against Fullerton at home. We went to Hawaii, and at the time they were 5-1 in first place, and it's a very difficult place to play. And then we come in and play Santa Barbara, who arguably is the best team and one of the best teams in out west, and is nationally ranked, and a very good pitching staff. And it's what Big West is all about. But I think once you're in the Big West for a number of years, you start to figure out how to be successful and what other coaches do and what you need to take away from other coaches, and then you try to educate your players on all those the finer points of the game. And it doesn't always work, but so far it's been good. But still early in the conference schedule, so we got a long way to go.
And you touched on it. John also said that you guys have been the intensity kind of ratcheted up with the rivalry series and everything, and the focus is there. How do you get, with so many young guys and inexperienced guys, how do you get them to consistently be focused as a team?
Well, we preach it a lot. I mean, from day one in the fall about intensity and focus, and it's not the rah-rah stuff. I kind of anti that. And we really, trust me, we don't have any rivalries. I mean, we're not in that category. So we just go about trying to make our guys, tough physically, tough mentally, and just create that culture that when they're out there, they just grind. They grind at bats. They don't give in. From a pitching staff, same thing. And I think it rubs off on everybody. And if you have players that are leaders that can voice that message of the coach, it means so much more. I mean, come from me or another coach, it gets old. It's a broken record. But if it comes from a player, especially a respected player, if your leaders are the hardest workers and they're very successful on the field, then everybody listens. When they have something to say, and when it's time to get serious, everybody gets serious. So it's tough. I mean, you preach about not taking pitches off and not worrying about the last pitch and just getting to the next pitch, and it's a good thing when you see it happen in a ball game, so you can talk to your team after the game, and those little lessons, those little game lessons and life lessons that help you become a better ball player and help you stay focused. And trust me, there's many times where one lack of concentration and focus will lose you a ball game, and sometimes that ball game loses you a conference championship, and sometimes it loses a regional bid. I mean, that's how important it is, and that's how everybody should view each and every pitch.